Welcome back to the Real Men of Real Estate. Your host, Thomas F Chappell Jr. here with my special guest, Dafina Miller. So we was talking about earlier the mortgage industry process and how do people get into it if they're looking to get into it. So also what you doing, the mortgage lending, what else are you doing?
So I have just started acquiring short-term rentals.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. So
I'm excited.
how is that? How did that get into play?
So I remember when you posted last year, I can't remember which month, that Jay Massey was going to be a guest. And I just remember the months prior to Jay being on the show, you were just like hyping him up. Like, yeah, I've got this guy, he's going to be on the show and, this is what he does and he's just going to blow you away. And I'm just like, oh man, like, I can't wait. But then when the day came, guess what? I wasn't available and I could not attend that meeting.
So wait a minute, before you go, let's go a little bit further back.
Okay.
What made you, or how did you find out about the Black Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club?
I found out about this club, Black Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club, from attending the Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club. So I had just been looking for networking opportunities, and Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club popped up. I can't remember like how it popped up, but it popped up and I was like, oh, well, they meet, like once a month, it's Riverside, it's not that far. So let me go and check it out. So I went to a meeting and you actually walked up. Actually, I saw you kind of going to different people, and I'm just like, okay, well, he's probably been doing this for a long time because he know everybody. And when I say everybody, he know everybody in the house. So then you walked over to me, you introduced yourself, and, you told me, like, what you did. You said, yeah, just show up. Like, I knew nobody. When I say nobody, like, I had the name badge on, and I knew nobody in the room. But everybody was, like, super warm and welcoming, when I went. And I was just like, okay, yeah, this is good. So, and from there, you introduced the Black Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club. So you said, yeah, come and check us out. So, and then I started going to, your meetings, and then COVID happened, a few months later and shut everything down. So.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you some of the other part of the story. I harassed her and I harassed her and I harassed her. I got on her because I saw a lot of potential in her, and she was zooming from city to city all the time and really didn't have time to come to the meetings. And this is how we get to where she started off speaking about listening to Jay Massey at my meeting. He spoke at my meeting back in October. Like she said, she wasn't able to attend, but I had posted on Facebook. And she sat there and dissected it for the 3 hours that it was, and I'm going to let you finish it from there.
So I was not able to attend the meeting for when Jay Massey was present. So, and maybe like a month or so had gone by, and I was like, wait a minute, I missed the meeting. So then I kept like writing a note to myself, sticking it on my monitor, like go back and listen to it. So finally, like one day, I was just like, okay, let me do this. So every time he said something that just kind of hit a nerve, I hit pause on that recording. I have pages and pages of notes just from that one session. And one thing will always stick, what Jay said. And he said, just do something.
Amen.
Just do something. And I was like, okay. Every day I need to do something, or weekly, even if it's research, even if it's references, even if it's, driving around, like I need to do something. But I was like, no, I can do this, because I have been attending these meetings, and have met so many amazing people, investors, and like everybody's right there. Like people kind of know me, so if I need help with something, like, I've got like people that I can access, that I can go to. And I was like, I had been looking for my niche, like, okay, what do I want to do? Did I want to, flip? Do I want to, hold? What do I want to do? So I was like, no, this is good. I don't have to buy nothing, own nothing, but I can still like make money off of this. I can profit. So yeah, this is my baby now.
So, go through the process after you looked at the video and different things like that. What did you do next?
What did I do next? So I was trying to figure out where would I want to get, my first unit at. Did I want it to be close to home? How far did I want to drive? That way, if I needed to take care of like maintenance issues or whatever. But I just happened to be like at a closing appointment one day, and the lady was, purchasing a home. She was actually moving out of a unit. So then I go, well, have you guys found anybody to lease the place? And she was like, not that I know of. And I was like, oh, I said, is the owner like a, property manager, or is it a property management company, or is it a private owner? And she said, it's a private owner. Actually, it's my mom and my aunt. And I said, oh, I said, can you put me in contact with them? And she was like, well, yeah, my mom's in the other room. I said, okay, we'll deal with that. Like, let's get you through your closing first. I said, and then like maybe when we're done, you can introduce me to her. And it's been golden from there.
So, which city was this in?
In Inglewood.
So, what prompted you to go to Inglewood?
You know what? That timing was like on point because stadium's right down the street. It's within walking distance from my unit. So, cha-ching.
Well, the biggest reason why I pointed that out, because at the time when Jay spoke,
Yeah.
he was looking to buy units in Inglewood,
Right.
to get units in Inglewood because of the Super Bowl, and take an opportunity to benefit from being in that city because of the upcoming of what's going on in that city. So she was inspired by Jay Massey to go ahead and find a unit in Inglewood. And as you did that, what else happened?
So, I received the blessing from both owners, and I started, to put together the plan. So I walked through the unit. I hired a family member to accompany me, who has, had been in the construction field for years. So just having those, I just call them like contractor's eyes,
Right.
because I wouldn't know, what materials, would be needed to take care of, different projects in a unit. And so we started from there. So, we ordered materials. We put together a plan for, when things would be, all the upgrades would be completed. And, things weren't moving in a fashion or at the speed of, the way that I would have liked for things to have, moved. So I had to fire the family member.
Now that's crazy.
Yeah. So I love you. I love you. And I will always love you. But business is business.
And the best part of that is not that it was the family member, but when you got a project going on and things are not going right to your specifications, sometimes you do have to let people go. That's one of the hardest things to do because, you done already divested money and time and energy into something, and things are not going the way you expected, and you're paying for this, so you need to get what you expect. And sometimes you have to, be the bad guy. You can't be the good guy all the time. You got to play the bad guy sometimes to meet a certain deadline, and that's the one thing that people don't understand is when it comes to, doing business, that you are not expected to keep people. I mean, in order to do the business of real estate, you are going to run in times where your contractor is who makes the deal. it's not just the money aspect of it, it's your contractor. And if your contractor doesn't have the right subs and they milking the clock and they don't show up every day and, they're not doing everything and they have the wrong materials and things like that, there's no point for you to keep that person. Yeah, it's going to cost more money because now you got to go hire somebody else to finish the job. You know what I'm saying? So you're spending more out of the budget than what you expected. And that's something that is very phenomenal because it was a family member. And, by it being a family member, it could have just disrupted the family life. It could have been one side was up on you and the other side was against you because you got a family member and they didn't show up to do what they said they was going to do. And I know that could have been a hard situation, but you put that hat on and you made it happen. So I congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
A lot of people can't do that, especially when it comes to family.
Yeah. Trust me, it was very difficult. However, I had to look at the greater picture, and the greater picture, I needed this project complete. Rent's coming up, like rent's due on the first of the month. I have no furniture in here. Flooring isn't done. Walls aren't painted. So, yeah, I had a lot to do, and I had a little bit of time, and we had to get it done. So.
Well, the thing is, when it comes to doing short-term rental, especially if you're looking at leasing a unit from an owner, you're going in to rehab the property almost like a 5-star hotel because the owner really doesn't want to put any money into rehab. He's just going to slap a coat of paint, some carpet, and call it a DAY. Well, if you do that, you making it like a 5-star hotel, guess what happens? You get more of the benefits. Now, quite naturally, the owner's going to be like, okay, I'm glad you're doing the rehab part, but I want to capitalize on some of it. But you can say, hey, you want to capitalize and you put in some money to help out. They say, no, it's okay. So you capitalize and do the most. So the thing of it is that by you completing that, how did you feel about that?
Once the project was complete, it was just like a peaceful aura. And I actually took my shoes off. Like once everything was done, furniture's in, I took my shoes off and, I laid on the rug right there in the living room. And I just laid there on the floor on my back. And I just said, thank you, Lord.
Well, the one thing that inspired me about you is that, one, you come from my club. You've been coming to my club for quite some time, and you went out on a limb to do something outside your comfort zone, and you listened to what the speaker had said, and then that you accomplished that. And a lot of people don't get to that point. A lot of people are afraid, they're scared. They're not sure what it is that they need to do. So what made you just take charge and just do it? What was the definite saying that we was doing it? Before you answer that, we're going to go to another commercial break, and we'll be right back with the Real Men of Real Estate. Thank you.